Friends, today is October 31st, 2023, and spooky Halloween day. And we're going to talk a little bit about things that we spoke of the last time, which is the role of infection in joint disease and why your standard remedies like rust ox, bryonia, and sulfur may not work. So let me take off my spooky glasses and talk a little bit about a case by Dr. S.P. Kopiker. S.P. Kopiker, clinical experiences of 70 years in homeopathy. What he's saying is, think with an open mind. Think imaginatively. You know we homeopaths get cases given up as bad by other systems, he says. I mention one which has a lot to do with joints. In the 1940s, I saw Mr. Swaminathan suffering from severe psoriasis, so skin troubles. He was the owner of a large nursery spread over in a garden. His most troublesome problem, in addition to skin, was the rheumatoid arthritis, making him limp, very painful, and deformed. It was only after struggling with various books that I came to know of two remedies, radium bromatum and guaicum, with radium 200, so in relatively high potency, and later 1M, bi-weekly, then monthly intervals, and guaicum 3 or 6 daily, even as he was taking arsenicum iodatum during his skin exacerbation period. So hear this carefully. This was a classical homeopath, one remedy at a time, who had beaten his head against a wall trying to cure Mr. Swaminathan from psoriasis and a severe rheumatoid arthritis, which made him limp horribly. It made his joints painful and deformed, and made him unable to do his job. He then prescribed radium bromatum high, infrequently. So bi-weekly first, and then monthly intervals. Again, for a forever time. Guaicum 3 or 6, 3 first and 6 later, daily, and then whenever he had flare-ups of his psoriasis, arsenicum iodatum as needed when the skin was exacerbated. When he did that, his joints improved greatly, and he could walk about in the large garden to supervise his work. And he lived for a long time. He was my well-wisher, guide, and helped till he died after a long life. This combination has helped a number of such patients to lead a fairly normal, useful life, such as walking about. So these are remedies that have made the quality of life very good for a lot of people. And once they work for one person who is subject to the same sort of lifestyle stressors, food, air, water, etc. as the other people in the community, you find as a homeopath that, or as a family practitioner, or as a mom, that it works for a lot of others in your family, in your community, in your village as well. And that is how remedy combinations, or not combinations, but polypharmacy in this case, spreads by word of mouth and by seeing the evidence of our eyes, which is the best possible evidence. And so that is what has taught him that there's more than one thing that leads to illness, that leads to disease, and there's more than one solution. You have to first look at the maintaining cause. One of our members in our health and nutrition club mentioned that she had an intolerable urge to urinate while she was sitting and could barely make it to the toilet in time. And for some reason, her intuition told her it was the feather pillows, got rid of the feather pillows, and that problem just melted away. So that was a maintaining cause. And while I could have recommended a bunch of remedies to her, if the maintaining cause is not removed, you are not healed. Or rather, there's no need for a remedy, homeopathic or otherwise, if you can take away the maintaining cause. In the case of chronic infections, the maintaining cause exists forever. So presumably this chronic infection may be something from a focal sepsis in your tooth, or a root canal, or somewhere in your body, or an implant, or a dental implant, or a heart valve that got infected, and the infection is dripping, or it's somehow stayed inside your body and has become chronic and is affecting your skin, your ability to live, move, breathe, walk, talk freely. And at such times, it calls for a chronic prescription. And I'll leave you with thoughts on thinking about that when you think about rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, this combination which points to some kind of chronic infection in the body that a person can live with pretty well into a long life and old age with the aid of homeopathic remedies. And the remedies he used were Radium bromatum, Guaicum, and Arsenicum iodatum for exacerbations of the psoriasis. And that's the end of Homeopathy Nook for us today. We will talk again in the next day or two. Thank you, and have a great evening.